If you could scooch down a little bit. Make sure we get everybody in. All right, I think we got everybody in. So I want to introduce Todd. He's the artist that painted this, and could give us a little background.
Sure. First of all, pleasure to be here. Thank you for checking out all the murals, getting some Oceanside culture. That's great. My family got here, give you some background. My family got here in 1976. There were less than 30,000 people that lived in Oceanside. There are about 200,000 now. So life's come a long way. There's been a lot of changes. But during that time, at Pacific Elementary School in the Valley, which is no longer there, that's where I went to my elementary education, people would come and volunteer. And there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but he volunteered to teach us music, primarily the violin. And I had a good friend who I know to this day, William. He lived next door to me. We were both 8, and we started playing violin. And William really gravitated to it. He liked it. I didn't like hot cross buns over and over again, so I decided no more. And he kept going. And then a little while later, another guy came in, and he was about comics and cartoons. And I really got into that. And later on, as we grew up and finally got to the point of going to college, William ended up studying music, and I ended up studying art. So it was really a neat thing that during that time period, people would come and volunteer, and they made differences in our lives. I'm sure they didn't realize that they touched us, and maybe other people would have, but it was just kind of neat that I remember William studying music, and I going up to get a degree in it, and me in art. So when I returned sometime later back to Oceanside, the first thing I did is I went to City Hall with a proposal, and I said, hey, you know, Oceanside changed my life. These people that volunteered made a difference, and I want to do something for free. I want to give back to my city. And they said, okay, great, but where do you want to paint a mural? You know, most of the buildings down here, they're not owned by the city, so what do we do now? And there was a really neat guy, Jack Hammer, and he ran the gallery right over here, the Phantom Gallery, I think it was called. And he talked to the people that used to run Talay, which was a Mexican restaurant. And they said, well, paint a Mexican-esque mural. And, you know, having had spent a lot of time in mainland Mexico, I thought about those, you know, paintings that you can get that are, you know, usually a mission and a road in this kind of perspective. And we talked about it, and that's what we ended up doing. So we painted this, and I named it Really Work for Burritos because they fed us. And that was in 2003. And there's been a rash of murals since. So I'd like to think that in some way I've been a bit of a wave maker. Yeah, so that's the story of Will Work for Burritos. I hope you enjoyed it and appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to do, and maybe I'll do some more in the future.
And the church is a replica of which one? The one farther down?
No, we sort of made it ourselves. It was a little bit more grandiose. It wasn't like, you know, El Camino Real missions. We were thinking more like, you know, a romanticized version of someplace like in, you know, Jalisco.
Okay.
We were thinking, you know, those rolling mountains that you see, how they have different colors graduating out.
Wow.
And,
Well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Yeah.